talk to you today because I've kind of done what you're about to do. Like, I graduated from a super duper small school. I graduated from Edgemont High School. And I know it feels like this is a small school, but I texted the principal of Edgemont today. You have twice as many people in your graduating class as we have in our entire high school. Dead serious. And I'm pretty sure that there were more scholarships awarded here than there are people in Edgemont. Respect. So I know what it's like to kind of sit where you are, and I had a bit of a journey. I left Edgemont and ended up in Hollywood. That was weird. San Francisco and technologies. That was strange. I got to make movies around the world, and then I chose to come back here. The most important part of my journey, back to Deadwood, where I live now. I know that you're probably electric with excitement. You want to get out of here. You want to get these documents right here, and I'll try to move my thing along as quickly as possible. But because I've kind of taken the journey that you're going to, I was excited to talk to you because I wanted to tell you the things that I wish somebody told me going out. So for the last month and a half, I've been making notes and collecting YouTube videos and all the quotes and stuff like that. And then I sat over in my writer's office over in Deadwood, and I started to put that together into a speech, to this speech. And I realized very quickly that if I were you and heard somebody like me talking, I would forget all that crap by the time I got up here to get my diploma. And also I would bore these people to tears. So I switched gears and I decided to get you a present. Teachers? It's just one and you have to share it. But it's really big, that's why it takes a whole lot of teachers to do it. Your journey of high school is about to end. A new journey is about to start. That journey is going to take you to some interesting places and places you never imagined. So I decided to get you a kit to take along in your travels. Thank you. I would like to thank Miss Lori, Miss Hone for assembling all of these packages. Let's see if I got the clicker thing. Can you guys see that? Okay, cool. These are the boxes. Check out how sweet that knot is. That is some serious present tying ability, and you can pull just one part of it, and it will reveal the treasures inside. So we're going to open it here in a second when everybody gets theirs. But I just want to say some training for later in your day-to-day. When you open it, don't go straight for the money. It's going to be hard, because it's money. And you'll pick the money up, but then pretend to be interested in all the other stuff in the box. This will be valuable in the next hour of your life when you're opening graduation cards. You open them, the money, but then read the card, out loud. And if somebody wrote your name above it in a ballpoint pen, be touched. And if somebody wrote you a note, read the note, but don't read that out loud, but have your lips move. And then people know. Even though you spent 12 years learning how to do that. Okay, open your gifts. I'm looking, I'm seeing who takes the money. Are you taking the money? Okay. The first gift that I have for you is a compass. Pull out your compasses. Compass is kind of a big thing, right? It tells you where true north is, east, south, and west. It's going to tell you where everybody else is going. You can see how they're moving. And you'll notice as you grow that a lot of people are kind of moving in the same direction. And maybe it's because they're having the same thoughts, but probably they aren't thinking at all. And it's possible their choice in the direction they go is being influenced. Probably by media, social media, movies, my fault, sorry. But if you have your compass and you see where they're going, you can choose a different direction. And another thing that's super cool about compasses, it will show you where you can go, but it also tells you how to get back to where you started. There's a thing about that road out there, that's the road? Is that the road? My compass. That road has two sides. It will take you out into the world and you can have your adventures, but it also comes back home. And everybody here supports you when you come back home for a day, for a week, for a year, for your lifetime. There's honor in returning, and we hope you go out with honor. Your next gift. Got your telescope. It's good to see where you're going, right? So take a look. Check it out. Turn it around, right? That's pretty cool. Yeah, and then I like when you pull it in like super close, and you turn it a lot, and then it'll eventually turn to one color. Like that's kind of cool. So what this represents is your perspective. You see a dynamic, shifting, changing world in front of you. But it's beautiful, and it can be strange. Now you all saw similar shapes, but you didn't see them at the same time because nobody has the same perspective at the same time. But what you did do, and I watched, is when you picked it up, you didn't move it. You kept it in the same place, and you changed the perspective. That is a power you will have your whole life. I needed help changing my perspective. When I left South Dakota, I was kind of insecure, right? I moved to Hollywood. What am I doing in Hollywood? It seemed like everybody that I met there was so fancy. I mean, they came from fancy places. They came from big cities. They came from other countries. They came from big cities in other countries. And they had these fancy backgrounds. One of my closest friends was the princess of a country. And I felt kind of insecure. They would talk about vacations in the Maldives. Where the heck is the Maldives? I didn't want to talk at all. I didn't want to let them know that, like, my first pet was a chicken. And, like, you can train them to sit on your shoulder like a pirate, but you can't train them not to crap on you. I didn't want to tell them that. I didn't want to tell them that growing up, I had, like, braces and glasses, and I was 6'2" with a perm, and I'm a redhead, and I was into like nunchucks and bow staffs and falconry, right? And I certainly didn't want to show them a picture from my freshman year. This needed to be hidden. But I realized my perspective was wrong. And when I started to tell them stories about the chicken and about the bow staff and the blah, 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 they were blown away. Like someone here is going to tell the story about how right before graduation, an anvil fell on their foot. Who is that person? Raise your hand. Yeah. That is awesome. Yes. You are going to win story time forever. But when I started to share my perspective and they were blown away, some strange things started to happen. Some really strange things started to happen. And I realized in Hollywood, having a unique story is a superpower. Having a unique perspective is a superpower. And you have that superpower. But let's face facts, I made some choices in my freshman year, and they were not all great. But don't worry, you guys, by senior year, I blossomed. I bloomed. See if you can find here a poet shirt, a sword, it's a good sword, falconer's glove, pirate earring, epic mullet. I think we can start at, I don't know how we got this far without an epic mullet. Yeah, this guy right here had a dream in his heart. And that dream was to like falcon with bald eagles in a castle in Scotland, right? So last summer, I falconed with bald eagles in a castle in Scotland. Your perspective is key as you go into the world. Your perspective will help you see your dreams, and you'll see the things that stand in front of you and get between them. And when you shift your perspective, you'll see how to continue chasing them. My perspective shifted, and it changed the rest of my life. I have another gift for you. Candy. It's candy from around the world. Okay, so dig some out. We're going to try it. Hope it's good. Okay, show me which candy you want. I'm going to go with the blue one. Which one are you guys going to do? Hold it up. Pick a candy. There's 3 of them. This is not hard. Yes, we got one. You, the guy in the robe with the hat. Pick them up. Let's see them. Let's see their kid. You've got to see. I will come out of that audience and I will get the guy with the anvil to shake you. Okay, great. So this is going to candy you're going to try. There are 3 lessons you could learn. The first, it's probably going to be weird, but it might be awesome. And if it's awesome, the lesson is that you shouldn't be afraid of things in strange packaging. There are amazing things to be seen in other cultures, but they might not look completely normal. Okay, open your candy. Don't try it yet. There's genuine fear on faces in this audience, like actual, literal concern. Okay, before you try it, second lesson. This might taste like fish. There are a surprising number of things in Japan that taste like fish. And if this tastes like fish, and you don't like fish, then the lesson here is don't fall for advertising and marketing. I mean, come on. This is beautiful, but listen. Just because it's a beautiful package doesn't mean it's a good thing, and you need to apply that lesson to your dating life. Okay, try it. No? I got gum. You didn't see that one coming. Okay. Anything, does anybody taste like fish? Okay, so far so good. The third lesson, my goodness, what that? The third lesson, if your candy tasted like a repackaged Kit Kat, or chocolate, anybody have chocolate? Just chocolate. Then the lesson here is, there are commonalities in all cultures. Wherever you go in the world, you will have a connection point. And if you look for that commonality, wherever you go, you will always have friends. But if you look for the things that you don't have in common, you will never find a place that feels like home. So look for the things you have in common, enjoy things in strange packages, and watch the decisions you make. Home. So I mentioned home. Let's talk about home. Your next gift is this chunk of rock. When you go out into the world, when you have your adventures in new places, it's easy to feel kind of off-kilter. I'll show you the chunk of rock. It's easy to feel kind of destabilized, like you no longer have something solid under your feet. And you need a touchstone. So I got you a touchstone. And I have to tell you, I wasn't the one who got you this touchstone. Miss Lori got you this touchstone. I was like, Miss Lori, I need a chunk of rock from around Deadwood. And she understood the assignment, and she owned the assignment, because this is a core sample that was taken 3,500 feet, like a mile, half a mile plus, below where you're sitting right now. This is a piece of the foundation that's underneath you, and you can take it forever. Now, you probably noticed that you've got some like gold streaks in your rock. That's pyrite, right? People call it fool's gold, right? They say that it pretty much doesn't have any value, and that's great. I hope they always say that, because that means nobody's going to envy your touchstone. Nobody's going to want to take your touchstone. Your touchstone is yours. And yeah, it's made of the foundation that's sitting under you right now. But that gold streak, that pyrite, that fool's gold, that's specifically yours. Those are the friendships that you forged throughout high school. That's that gold. These are the experiences that you're proud of. That's that gold. These are the experiences that you'll treasure as memories. That's that gold. And these are the things that you totally screwed up in front of a lot of people. But in about 10 minutes, when you grab that thing, those mistakes will not matter anymore. So take your touchstone and enjoy it. This has a value beyond imagination. Speaking of value, you may now take the money. Yes. It's amazing that it took you 20 minutes to get candy, but you'll have the money in like 27 seconds. 4, you have 4 seconds. Good job. I appreciate your priorities. You're going to be very successful. This is a $2 bill. So I was the carry-out boy at the grocery store in Edgemont for my 4 years in high school. I bagged groceries for literally every person in Edgemont, which doesn't seem like a lot, but it's kind of a lot. Sometimes they come to us. And in my 4 years as a bag boy, I only got a tip once, which was super cool because I didn't even know you get tips when you're carrying goods. It's like 15 feet. Why do they give you money? But the tip came from Pastor Roy Brown. And it happened right before graduation. And he gave me a $2 bill. And he said, you're going out in the world. Never spend this and you'll never be broke. And to this day, not a short period of time later, I still have my $2 bill. So, just like Pastor Brown said to me, I will say to you, never spend this and you'll never be broke. And I'm going to tell you, this is going to look like 2 McDoubles on the dollar menu more times than you can count. This thing has been in mortal danger all through undergrad and grad school. but never spend it, you'll never be broke. You now have financial freedom. Congratulations. So, that's the last thing in your gift box. Except, actually, there is one more. Grab your compass again. You'll notice there's a tag on it, right? Take a look at what's on that tag. It's another compass, right? It's a pin. You can put it on your jacket, you can put it on your backpack, you can put it on your funny hats, you can do anything you want with it. But take a look at the compass in your hand. You see the needle? Is it moving? No. Sure it's moving? No, it's not moving. Some people would say that this compass is broke, but it's not. This compass works perfectly. Because unlike the other one, it's not tied to the 4 directions. This compass represents the 7 directions. We know the 4, everybody, what are the 4 directions? North, south, east, west. But there are 7, so what are the next 2? Up, down. But what's the last one? The last one is the most important of them all. And I hope you travel it frequently. If you go this direction, you will see the map of your life. That direction is in. Go in. There you will see your passion. There you're going to feel the things you love, and you're going to feel the people you love, and you're going to feel the things that you like to do when you take a moment and you go in. There you will find your purpose. And I hope you can make a career out of your purpose. Now, how do you make a career out of your purpose? Well, you figure out what you love to do, and you get super good at it, because I promise you this, if you get good enough at doing what you love, someone will pay you for it. 100%. Like, look at me. I tell stories for a job. What kind of a job is that? Right? I want to tell stories that connect people, and sometimes those stories are movies, which is fun. Sometimes they're children's books, like Porter the Hoarder, which Biggs read. Sometimes I get to stand up on a stage because y'all make questionable decisions, and I get to tell stories in front of people who can't leave because they want to see the last part that involves you. That's my passion. That's the thing that I find when I go in. So you have now a compass that can take you in all 7 directions. Of course, the most important, in. But the other, which you have control of, because this compass doesn't move, is your north. You can choose your north. Take it anywhere you want to go. And if you get there and you decide it's not for you, shift your north. Because you have that power, because you have your perspective, and you have your touchstones, and you have your adventure. So, class of 2024 here in the Deadwood High School, choose your north. Thanks, everybody.